let's see, failed to create. Why? File exists, exists, another get process seems to be running. I mean, I could want to create it just using an Angular framework, but just using Angular, it's okay, but it's just not. Uh, I'm not saying I can't set it up, but it's just. Yeah. Should I not? You know what? Let's just stick to plain old. Okay. Okay. Let's call it project, and you not outside of the file, but let's move it outside. Use Angular. I mean, it's it either way. Let's cancel this environment. So let's go into here, the different testing environments. So we are back here, YouTube coding, and from the YouTube coding, no file in there. Yeah, but that's the way I need to be. That's why I need to be. I need to be in there. So change directory inside of framework. So node packages manager. Gonna say CLI and enter. Now running this will ensure that Angular packages are correctly set up, and I will be having in what is this? The ability to interact with my HTML files and the CSS files, and also along with my TypeScript files, but that I can add it in there later on. For now, we just configuring it. Bundler. It was a bundler. But we'll have to see it. And then once you put those in, you need to choose wrong, you have huge problems. And that's one thing that I don't like. I don't like having unless I can find an answer earlier on. I'd rather do that than find an answer. Basically, if I can find an easy way, I'll take it. Okay, so I've already installed it. I don't know why I'm doing this again. I don't know why I'm installing this again. I already have it. So the next step from there, it's gonna be to create the workspace, and the way to do that, I'm gonna say ng. So we're generating what is it called? I forgot what the G is called. There's that app file that we generate that we rotate this right there. Ng new my app, and it is routers. Because with the lazy loading, the nice advantage of it is, but I'll get to that at a later stage. But the nice thing about it is you only render, or it's like entering into a room. It's like, think of being in a house and all the lights are on throughout the whole house. That's when like you're rendering something, or you are using the route we left off. That's what it does. That's the advantages of lazy loading, and that will also improve speed, and it will also improve the responsiveness running. But I'm sorry, I'm just going off track there. But yeah, just project Angular. Now we want to go into this my app. So let's say, is this not working? I want to create another file here. Okay, let me look at my file path. Just gonna go. Let's cancel that. Enter. It's just only mine. This file here, but then I don't want it in there. I want it in here. project Angular. There we are. Ay, 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 ay. What is happening? Okay, so existing in there. You can also add this other one in there. You're able to access this file from ng cd. So there we are. So yeah, that's basically run with this and get used to it. Okay, enter cd, and from here you just wanted to make sure I know where the files actually the right directory. That's all I needed to know, but now I know. Delete the William files. Delete. Yes. I'm even hoping. I'm hoping on it. Counting on it. I'm saying hoping on it. I'm counting on it. It's taking a bit too long. But yeah, that aside. So that's been set up. Let's cancel. Okay, press the control B or control what? I forgot. Control quit. No, that was during the testing. That was during the testing whereby you said control into my app. And then here we have the project scripts. So what the project scripts is from one of the extensions that I have in there. What's the beautiful thing about it is I don't have to build. I can just click right on it, and this here just runs the command code itself, and then click enter. So everything is done in just one click. Okay, would you like? Okay, there we are. Now let's go on to this. So we use a framework to be able to access to create this. The framework is Angular that we're using, and by using the CLI, just run the code, and then all those packages, they just run like that. They just all install. And yeah, now let's get into it. I think the fun begins.